Is Kenny Durosilu.
Good morning to you. I am Olutayo Ogunade. We have the papers here. I have Premium Times, Daily Trust, The Guardian newspaper, and all your inside.
I have the Punch newspaper, I have the Nation newspaper, and the Daily Post. Starting off with the Punch newspaper, 12 days to convention, APC holds forms, the governors divided, Wike Obaseki continue verbal war, governors alleged betrayal, unguarded comments, ASU extends strike to May, parents beg, federal government says demands met, unclaimed passports, supply accurate contact details, immigration toss Nigerians, or Kagbari yet to appeal 10-year ban, Iguavon to drop 2 players from Ghana clash, Osimhen proving his worth agent. Some sports stories out of the Punch newspaper. Do take a look at the front page for other stories. Moving over to the Daily Post newspaper, the major stories out of the Daily Post newspaper. APC crisis, another talking point there. Buhari's stand on National Convention reassuring stakeholders. Elsewhere, PDP crisis. Ayade was clearly handicapped for leaving party. Senator Jaribe blast Obaseki. PDP postpones NEC meeting over 2023 timetable. Manifesto drafting committee. Nigeria police react to planned strike by officers over salaries welfare. NDLA accuses Abakari's co-defendants of unruly behavior in detention. Some stories elsewhere. Okay, I've taken this one already. Nigeria police react to planned strike. You can get more details of those stories and more out of the Daily Post.
All right, let's see some more from Premium Times. Wike replies Obaseki says do governor tenant in PDP. That's all you have there from Premium Times. Scarcity. We have failed to fly for only 3 days. Airline operators. U.S. hails EFCC over arrest of Nigerian and FBI wanted list. Nigerians subsidizing corruption, incompetence of our leaders. Oshundare. Why Abakari shouldn't be granted bail, NDLEA tells court. Why Abakari shouldn't be granted bail, NDLEA tells court. A strike ASU extends rollover strike by 2 months. Man seeks federal government intervention as MAN as diesel hits 720 naira per litre. Some more from Premium Times. Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine negotiator says talks hard but ongoing. Former U.S. President Obama tests positive for COVID. And LCC announces date to resume tolls on Lekki-Ikoyi Link Bridge.
All right, moving over to the Nation newspaper, front page. Zoning anxiety in PDP over presidential ticket. Wike Obaseki fight dirty in bid to control Edo PDP. You are a serial betrayer. Wike bombs Obaseki. Some news stories elsewhere. EFCC firm urged court to dismiss Ibeto's suit. Riverine should produce next Rivers governor. Bank earmarks 100 billion naira for female entrepreneurs. Fellowship donates borehole to community. Firm for 16 African markets. Some other story there. Anxiety in PDP over presidential ticket. Already took that one. Most people on social can defend their successes. That's according to Shadi Ladiko. I believe that's an entertainment bit for you this morning out of the Nation newspaper.
All right, fuel scarcity chaos as multiple flights are rescheduled at Lagos Airport. That's from Daily Trust. Aviation fuel scarcity. We have 3 days to shut down operations. Airlines. Mixed reactions over RCCG, PFN's new Department of Politics. Kano, APC, tricky options before Shekarao G7. Nigeria to lose 1.2 billion naira daily over a Jeep oil export cut. As APC spins in crisis, where is Buni? Ukraine war. Trapped Nigerian students beg for help. Abakari's wife slumps in court. Did you see the video? Abakari's wife slumps in court. Oshibaju notifies Buhari of presidential ambition. Yeah, we took that. ASU may embark on fresh 2-month warning strike. It's been extended. We have some more here from Daily Trust. Senadomo just walked into the studio. Jet A1 Airlines marketers agree on 500 naira per litre for 3 days. Soldiers flogged my husband to death. Widow tells court. Otom to Buhari resign now, hand over power to Shibajo. All right, that's what we have from Daily Trust. Let's go on our first commercial break.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Iya bọ̀lì àǹtí, iya bọ̀lì ètò, iya bọ̀lì tèmi nìkan ṣoṣo. Má sá mi pa. Wetin you want? Abeg, when you go market, I really need more Maggi chicken. Maggi chicken gangan ni o.
Ewo tún ni Maggi chicken gangan?
Na the real Maggi chicken, Maggi ẹlẹ́dìyẹ. If you no sabi the difference, make I tell you. Dem write Maggi chicken flavour seasoning on top the pack. Maggi chicken flavour, e dey give food ogbonge taste, colour and aroma wey go totori you. O ṣá mọ̀ pé ní tèmi dùn.
O ṣé, ìyá Risi of life.
Yes, ke. When asking for seasoning, ask for the real Maggi chicken flavour. Maggi chicken flavour gangan ní kẹ́ bèrè fún. Pẹ̀lú Maggi, ẹ ṣe oúnjẹ tó dá yàtọ̀.
Hey, put a spotlight on me. Now let me tell you this. I used to care for the world's opinion.
And I used to fear their rejection.
Omo, I used to beg for validation.
And I used to wait to be seen.
But now, no more.
No more.
No more.
Because my time.
My time?
My time.
My own time is now. So what are you waiting for?
INT'L Malta. Be your best.
Thanks for letting me stay the night.
You're welcome, dear.
I slept so well. Your bed is simply divine. And your pillows are so... like I was resting my head on a cloud.
Mocha makes amazing pillows. That one is the Crown Anti-Allergy Pillow.
I think it's time I changed mine. I have been using them for ages.
You should. Doctors recommend changing pillows every 1 to 2 years.
Really?
When was the last time you changed your pillows? Buy a Mocha pillow today and sleep healthy.
Mocha, adding comfort to life.
Get up and go, 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 go. With Countdown Choco, go, go, go. Get up and, get up and, get up and go. No matter what you're gonna do, do it. Countdown Choco, and the rich must earn for vitality. Get up and go. Stay strong, save the world, take action. Get up and go.
Cowbell chocolate with Vitarich plus iron.
Cowbell, I wanna look.
Good news to all those who want to live a good life and prosper. Whether you're a student eager to learn a trade, a young school leaver, jobless graduate, or anyone just desiring to give your life a new direction with functional skill, the Stone Technical College gives you the answer. Come and acquire vocational entrepreneurial skills in catering and hospitality management, garment making, cosmetology, barbing, plumbing and pipe fitting, bricklaying, block laying and concreting, carpentry and joinery, painting and decoration, electrical installation and maintenance, ICT in just 3 to 6 months. Application form available to all levels from GSS 3, etc. For further inquiries, please call 080-3380-2319, 080-3380-2319, and 080-3524-3981. The Stone Technical College, adjacent Old Bodija Estate Baptist Church, Ibadan. We train to empower. Announcer, management.
Have you heard? There's a seasoning for every meal. On the seasoning is full of flavor. Delicious, tasty. Mama's happy day. No. My hunger. Rich flavor. Aroma. Delicious. Mama's happy day. The fresh cookie. Great flavor.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Mom, doesn't come and put on the radio set. Don't worry, I'll tell Mommy.
Let me put on my radio set now.
Mommy, please, we want to listen to the Smart Kids show. It comes up Monday to Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. So we can prepare our minds for schoolwork.
Okay, Smart Kids show. I love it too.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh yes, 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. is the time. Mondays through Fridays. Join Auntie Yellow on the Smart Kids show.
Oh, I wanna build a train track.
Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
All right, it's great to have you back with us. Break it on paper review, 32 FM 94.9. Austin Udumu is here. And this morning, I'd like to lead with a story about Nigerian Airlines. They are demanding operational licenses from the federal government to begin importation of fuel. Now, that's, of course, following the recent fuel scarcity. Now, Air Peace Chairman Alan Oyema came out yesterday and said within 3 days, all airlines in the country will be shut down. And that's, of course, following the non-availability of aviation fuel. Do you think that his argument is correct? He's saying that basically if we can buy millions of dollars worth of aircrafts, we should be able to import our fuel if you're not going to provide it.
Yes, I share that sentiment too. That licenses should be granted in form of waiver for airline operators to be able to bring in fuel. After all, sometimes ago in Nigeria, it was the marketers, fuel marketers, that brings in the products until the federal government abolished that particular type of regime, and NNPC became the sole importer. If NNPC will be the sole importer of petroleum products such as the PMS, I think critical stakeholders within the aviation sector, especially core players, should be able to have access to the importation of the Jet A1 fuel. What Alan Oyema has also said is that Alan Oyema is also the vice president or the deputy chairman for airline operators of Nigeria.
So he's spoken on their behalf.
Yes, he's speaking on their behalf, and he's also speaking as a critical stakeholder. He's saying that if care is not taken, airline may decide to charge 120 as high as 120,000 naira per ticket, domestic flight. So that is dangerous. As a result of banditry and high level of insecurity, more Nigeria tends to go the way of air travel, even domestically within the country. So the federal government, I'm also aware, is making frantic effort to ensure that the strike does not happen.
So that's a 50% increase if you look at it.
You look at it. Before this time, there was a particular airline, a new player in the industry, that charges as low as 28,000 naira per ticket. You understand? They even from time to time put it on promo where people can apply online, secure their ticket, book online. So the federal government should look at this area. I keep saying this. The last recession that Nigeria went into, aviation sector was one of the sectors that brought us out of that particular recession as a result of steady growth, the one you call incremental growth, aviation sector and agri sector. So the federal government should do everything within its power to ensure that this sector does not go comatose by ensuring that of course you grant licenses, that is number one, but the current increase in aviation fuel, how do you ensure that it comes down? Those that are not too strong, Alan Oyema is speaking from the position of strength as a player within the industry. There are some airline owners who are not so strong, who by now may not be able to operate operational flight again. So let the government come in. The cost of diesel is high, cost of production is high, the naira is devalued in such a way, and at the end of the day we begin to continue with this crisis. So let government look for a way to come in. Of course, one of the way to ensure adequate supply and uninterrupted supply for that matter is also to grant licenses to competent operators within the aviation sector to be able to bring in this product. But for the time being, let's first of all sort out the issue of acute shortage. Whatever that problem could be, let the federal government look for a way to address the situation once and for all.
So you're saying temporarily there should be a waiver granted to the airlines, right?
Of course, there should be a waiver. We are talking about 3 days for those who have stock in place. Within that 3 days or even before now, there have been disruption in flight, cancellation, rescheduling, and what have you. Right. So let the government look at it very critically. These are areas that the government is not supposed to joke with at all. So how did we even get here? Let's even jettison the argument for now. But for the period under review, especially for the meantime, what can the government do to salvage this particular industry?
All right, the airline operators are complaining. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria is also complaining. As the federal government provided any palliative, just to cushion the effect of this hike in diesel. For instance, companies are also lamenting heavily the high cost of diesel at this moment.
Yes, government is not providing palliative, at least to the best of our knowledge for now. And we are saying, apart from the issue of palliative, step into the sector, stabilize the market, and ensure that price normalizes. That is what an average industrialist want to look at. Because if care is not taken, if it affects production and it continues this dimension, a lot of companies who are not so strong will fold up, and there will also be inflation on the part of cost of production. Because when cost of production is high, there's likely going to be cost pull inflation, and at the end of the day, the masses who are the final consumer will bear the brunt. So we are talking to the government as far as this is concerned, from 230 to about 720 naira. How many people can remain in business with that particular template? You look at business owners in the country today, they are not smiling at all, coupled with the fact that there is no availability of electricity. For another time again, the Nigeria Electricity Company has come out to say that we have suffered a system glitch, a complete system collapse.
The national grid collapse.
The national grid collapse again. So these are the issue, from the angle of the manufacturer, business owner, small and medium scale businesses in the country. People are lamenting. Where is the government in all of this? What is causing all of this? Of course, there is a global crisis. I'm also aware that some of these situations are relatively the same in some country, especially with the war that is going between Ukraine and Russia. But what is the role of government in all of this? We have had our challenges before now. So government had to step in as a very big factor. Because if you buy diesel for 720 naira to do your business, and if care is not taken, you might likely as an organization run on diesel for a whole day.
Why don't we keep
without power supply?
Keep having our national grid collapsing. It's not the first time. It's not the second, I guess. Then if you look at the power generation, how many megawatts can we boast of now?
Well, for now, in terms of generation, we can boast of about a little above 5,000. A little above 5,000. Of course, and Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission has come out to say that we have the capacity to generate close to 12,000. Most of the problem we have had is not even in the area of generation, but we have not been able to sufficiently wheel what we have generated. We lack that capacity. One thing is to generate. Another thing is to be able to transmit what we have generated. The discos are nowhere to be found because they are suffering in terms of accumulated debt that they are owing. How come a big country like this, like Nigeria, with a population of over 200 million, we are generating that less? Look at South Africa, for example. South Africa generates close to 60,000 megawatts of electricity. But here we are, with the highest we have ever been able to transmit is about 5,222.
I know we have a vision.
And that did not survive 24 hours.
We have a
before
vision.
it collapses.
To notch our power generation to about 30,000 megawatts by 2030. With the current outlook, does it look like it's a feasible dream?
Of course, it's a tall dream. It's just like saying that camel should pass through the eye of a needle. We are not even talking about developmental plan now. Let's look at the situation on ground. That is what is the current reality talking about. Let's even assume that we are able to generate close to 12,000 megawatts. How many do we have sufficient capacity to transmit? That is the area. It's not only in generation. If we look at it in the country today, the system collapse that we have experienced now is as a result of about a little above 3,000 that we are able to wheel, that we are able to transmit. Don't forget, discos too, they are not ready to take because consumers are also not ready to finance. So it is not majorly in the area of generation. We are also looking at transmission. Don't forget, the transmission line has not been privatized. I think government had to also look at that area. Let us look at global investors who have the capacity in terms of technical know-how to be able to step in. Because if we are able to normalize or stabilize, like I said the other time, pump price have also increased all across the globe as a result of the crisis in Ukraine. Right. Pump price of PMS has also increased. But ours is a multi-dimensional problem as a result of the fact that we don't have relative stability in power supply. The point I'm making is that if, for example, the pump price is high, price of diesel is high, and people are buying less, it will be a different case. But because of the crisis in the energy sector, which is non-availability of power, electricity in the country, is also multiplying the problem of procurement of some of these crude products that we are talking about in Nigeria today. So, for example, if power is readily available, some of these business owners, they will not have to waste unnecessary funds in procuring diesel. I don't know whether you get the point. Right. If power is available today, those people who are using PMS to power their business, they will do less of that. So basically, as it is in Nigeria, we still run a generator-driven economy, which is not good for the system.
What would you say to small and medium-scale businesses, owners right now? Of course, cost of living is high right now. What would be your I don't know. What will you tell them in this moment of time?
See, Kenny, cost of living is not just high. Cost of living is currently killing. That's the truth of the matter. It's biting harder. That is why we are calling on the government. Even the multinationals, they are complaining. Don't forget, before now, the IOC are already leaving the country. And the federal government seems not to see anything wrong in that. NLPC boastfully came out to say that, there are reasons why they are leaving. Indigenous companies want to buy their asset. How did we get here? In terms of investment, how much are we going to get? In terms of foreign direct investment too, how many people are also willing, foreign investors coming to the country? So for the small, medium businesses in the country, of course, this is a very challenging period. If aviation company, multinationals, multi-billion dollar companies can come out to cry for a bailout, to cry for help, and you are not talking about one-man business in the country, small-scale business, system that is not even funded in Nigeria. We have one of the largest small businesses in the country, across the globe. Statistics put it so. But how viable are they? But lack of basic infrastructure, basic amenities, government intervention, that is where we are still lagging behind. So government must intervene at all costs.
The current happenings may likely drive up inflation rates in this country. They've said Nigeria requires about 180,000 megawatts of electricity to effectively power the country. Then also the ease of doing business in the country. We need to move on. Let's go look at another story here. Abakari's wife fainted yesterday. Passed out.
Yes, she passed out
when she heard the volume of cash.
Yes, the volume of cash involved the tension. The heat became so much that she had to temporarily pass out. Yes, thank God she's revived now. She's better now. That is the heat you find when we have such volume of gross misconduct. This is not the first time this will be happening. All we are interested in is justice. That is why public service and those who hold public offices, no matter how celebrated you are, we must also be very careful to differentiate. Abba Kyari's wife wouldn't claim ignorance that this is the first time she will be hearing that her husband have such access in terms of wielding so much influence, power, and resources at his disposal too. So he's involved in so many business, so many shady deals. Like I said the other time, we have so many Abba Kyaris within the system, within the Nigerian system. Both retired and serving police officers in the country, senior police officers, both retired and serving, created the monster called Abba Kyari today. You understand? And if the government of Nigeria is diligent enough to probe this case further, a lot of head will roll. That's the truth of the matter. Because somebody cannot just wield this enormous influence without some powerful backers.
My question here, Austin, for you is, despite all the so-called, financial transactions, monitoring systems, and agencies like the EFCC that we have, and yet an individual, a public, a public servant can still, have this kind of money pass through his account, and nobody has done any checks, or what?
See, it depends on the type of influence. Laws are made for people, but not everybody in Nigeria are equal before the law, which means that there are certain level or certain connection you have in the country, you become like bigger than the laws of the land. Of course, the EFCC, the ICPC, NIFU, they are all there to checkmate some of these illicit financial flows that we have in the country. But from time to time, people still look for opportunity to beat the process, to bypass the relevant process. And at the end of the day, we have this kind of scenario. When people become so powerful in Nigeria, they are bigger than the law. So Abba Kyari was, at that particular point in time, can be equated to another kind of authority within the system. Whatever he does at that time, he gets away with them. Acts of impunity. Because if the system has the capacity, for example, or is allowed to checkmate the process, Abba Kyari will have been temperated before he officially got caught. I don't know whether you understand the point I'm making. But because the system is so relaxed, the system and some of these measures.
Let you take her to the room, let them pour her water if there's any place so I can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her.
Not have the necessary connection and what have you. Look at the way he even rose within the Nigerian police, but look at the rank. From the time he was enlisted, the time he was commissioned.
Let you take her to the room, let them pour her water if there's any place so I can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her face.
We felt that Abba Kyari is just doing that which is right. He was stepping on a lot of toes, abusing human rights, and nobody cares.
Let you take her to the room, let them pour her water if there's any place so I can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her face.
Profile criminals, you understand? They can bring them to justice in order to do some of these things. Not knowing that, just like remittances, fund remittance, for example.
Let you take her to the room, let them pour her water if there's any place so that I can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her face.
1% to the quarter. When the master sees money, he say, "Oh, this my boy is doing well." Not knowing that you have been able to survive and sustain the system. So I think
let you take her to the room, let them pour her water if there's any place so that I can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her face.
In the country, institution that has the capacity to checkmate those in public offices, to checkmate those in position of authority. They are very
let you take her to the room, let them pour her water if there's any place so I can pour her water so that the camera cannot be on her face.
As
Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you. Let's take her to the room. Let them pour her water. If there's any place where I can pour her water, the camera can see you.
Angels Market ìròyìn ayọ̀ rèé fún gbogbo ará àgbègbè Aṣí Bódìjà Àkóbọ̀ Ìdí Àpẹ́ títí dé Ìwó Road pàápàá jùlọ Báṣọ̀run pé ilé ìtajà Angels Market nìkan lẹ́tí lè rí Indomie noodles Golden spaghetti òróró king pẹ̀lú ẹ̀dínwó jọjọ sí iye tẹ́ ẹ rà á lágbèni gbogbo ẹ̀yin alára tútà pátápátá nínú ọjà ńláńlá aláràjẹ àti olókoòwò kéékèèké ẹ má wulẹ̀ ṣòpò láti máa dààmú kiri mọ́ ẹ wá kó ọjà yín ní ọ̀pọ̀ kú ọ̀yọ̀kú nílé ìtajà Angels Market kẹ́ẹ̀sì ṣòwò kẹ́ẹ̀jèrè gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn lápòlápò tàbí ní páálí. ẹ gbọ́ o gbogbo ohun tí ẹ bá rà ní Angels Market ló wẹ̀ ò gajara lọ. ilé ìtajà Angels Market wà ní àdójúkọ Islamic High School Báṣọ̀run Ìbàdàn ẹ̀rọ ọ̀báraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 08033283574 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 08033283574 Angels Market gbogbo ohun tí ẹ fẹ́ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn lẹ́dínwó.
I'm living the life cause I get to Z.
Hey, kọ́ńbù ẹ̀kú àlejò omúgbòǹgbò ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú àlejò ẹsẹ̀ Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ẹ̀kú àmójúbà Tizeti Network Limited pẹ̀lú Tizeti ìlò omi òjò lẹ́ẹ̀ máa lo ayélujára íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ní yàwàlù torí pé gbajúgbajà ní iléeṣẹ́ Tizeti Network Limited nídìí ìpèsè ayélujára lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti olókoòwò kéékèèké lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti ẹ lè browse kẹ́ stream kẹ́ sì tún gbá géèmù bó ṣe wù yín láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìlànà ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́mùkú data kèé máa ṣeré ìwọ ni kó má sọ̀fànù 12,500 naira péré lẹ́ẹ̀fì jẹ mùlá data fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti tẹ́ ẹ bá ti darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú 59,500 naira tí wọ́n fi bá yín gbé kalẹ̀ tẹ́sí lu ayélujára fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ ẹ kàn sí wifi.com.ng/oyo ẹ sì lè pe 09087493040 09087493040 tàbí kẹ́ ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí internet@wifi.com.ng ayélujára ní yàwàlù Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà.
Ìyá bọ̀lì àǹtí ìyá bọ̀lì ètò ìyá bọ̀lì tèmi nìkan ṣoṣo.
Má sá mi pa.
Wetin you want? Abeg, when you go market, I really need more Maggi chicken. Maggi chicken gangan ni o.
Ewo tún ni Maggi chicken gangan?
Na the real Maggi chicken. Maggi ẹlẹ́dìyẹ. If you no sabi the difference, make I tell you. Dem write Maggi chicken flavour seasoning on top the bag. Maggi chicken flavour, e dey give food ogbonge taste, colour and aroma wey go totori you. O ṣá mọ̀ pé ní tèmi dùn.
O ṣé ìyá Risi of life.
Yes, K. When asking for seasoning, ask for the real Maggi chicken flavor. Maggi chicken flavor gangan ní kẹ́ bèrè fún. Pẹ̀lú Maggi, ẹ ṣe oúnjẹ tó dá yàtọ̀.
All right, welcome back. It's still the paper review, Break of Dawn, right here on 32 FM 94.9. Have Austin in the house. We're taking some analysis. We'll take your calls in a bit. But first, I want to get Austin's thoughts on the ASU strike. 2 months extension. How would you suggest that the federal government addresses the issues? Basically, just placate the lecturers. Let's get them back, in the classrooms.
Yes, mobilize them, sort out the issue of IPPIS, and let them go back to their duty posts. I think for now there's no readiness on the part of the government to actually look at the issue of ASU, because if ASU could go on a 4-week warning strike, and at the end of the day, the federal government didn't do so much to ensure that it ends there. They had to come up after 30 days to extend the strike. So there's no readiness on the part of government to look at this, and it's quite unfortunate. Parents that are begging ASU, they should also beg the government too. How do we resolve this issue? Federal government has set up another 38-member committee to look at to renegotiate that 2009 agreement. There are areas that are not implementable in that agreement. Look at it, but between now and when that report will be ready, should the educate.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
This is from here. I want to talk about this institution or new institution that we say is lacking. Now, I can tell you authoritatively. Some people are using their bank accounts without BVN. They are not powerful people. They don't help anything. These bankers have to be trained. That's number one. About ASU, they have to choose one. If they want good education for Nigeria, they should start from primary school. Not only their own. We have many unions in the university system. They are just on their own. Why do they have to go to secret place to go and attend the strike? If they know they are on their right. They cannot dictate federal government. They are not the only people in Nigeria. I lost 2 years because of this useless housing strike. Have a nice time.
Thank you. We go to your point. 009 7000 949 0705 500949. Sulaiman Sharif on Facebook. Good morning, Tayo and Kenny, and the analyst in the studio. Kudos to you all on ASU saga. When you elect a leader or candidate to be in power without educational background, such person cannot value the critical sector like education in commonsensical way. So obviously the APC federal-led administration, the way they handle the education sector in Nigeria is like taking it to retrogression. All right, so we'll go to your point. Let's take this call. Hello. Hello. The line dropped. +234 906 2000 949. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Kingsley Walker is my name. I heard that the vice president has now made his presidential ambition known to the president, and that is a welcome development. If he emerges in the APC, I hope that somebody like Peter Obi will emerge in the PDP, so that we will have also that the presidential contest will be a contest of the best of brains, and then we can be sure that there is hope for this country. I say so because I am an advocate of having intellectuals in governance. I mean, having the best of brains, in the saddle of governance. Thank you.
Thank you, Kingsley. Austin, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I share that sentiment too. Let the most qualified, most competent people from among us come up to vie for the office of the president.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Adeshi Yamanala from UI. They said the federal government has blessed this Nigerian university students another 8 weeks of public automatic holiday. In the past, I used to encourage them they should go and get PVC. This time around, I've stopped. I will henceforth be encouraging them to go and be dancing on Saturday on the way they dance on their WhatsApp to not get their PTC. I can assure them now that Buhari will leave office before they return to school, and most of them will grow old, and they will never.
009-7,949-0705-500949. These are the lines to call to drop your comments or join the conversation.
Yes, like the caller said, concerning the issue of ASU, let federal government step in. Because if this situation continues, at the end of the day, remember that ASU members will still be paid. It is the students and their parents that bears the brunt. So let government wade in.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, Tayo.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Adoni.
Good to have you, Adonis.
I completely agree with Austin that there are thousands and one of Habakari in the system. I want to quickly cast your mind back to 1988, 1989. DSP Iyamu name readily comes to mind. DSP Iyamu was a policeman who was aiding and abetting the then story of anime in the then Bender state. That is for that. My elementary knowledge in government told me that government alone is the one that controls power, electricity power supply to the nation. And if it is left in the hands of the private individual, there is a likelihood that they will sabotage the business, they will sabotage the supply of electricity. And in the time of war, they will collaborate with those that are fighting the nation. In that sense, it is the government alone that has the power to control electricity supply. Is it like that in other nations we are talking about? South Africa was mentioned in the course of us analyzing. Find out if electricity supply is in the hands of private individuals in South Africa. That is why they have been able to achieve that feat. Thank you.
Thank you for that. He painted a picture, so we shouldn't be surprised about Abakari, like they say. Not be today.
Yes, not be today.
Okay. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Carol.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kenny. Good morning, sir. Yeah, please, the issue of bad governance in this country is very annoying and highly embarrassing to us. Honestly, I keep on saying this. Why we voted for President Mahmoud Buhari in 2015 and 2019? Is it not to come and correct the mistake of the past administration? Where is the mistake to be corrected now? We have voted for him because we want him to come and correct the mistake of the problem of fuel scarcity, infrequent power supply in the country. Where is the mistake to be corrected, for God's sake? We are fed up. That's why we are calling for this present administration to do the needful by correcting the mistake of the past administration. This is the first of the month. Have a nice day.
Thank you. All right. We have some headlines here. We looked at some earlier. We'll soon leave the studio. Austin, what's your parting word?
Yes, let the government come into, especially the area of production, so that the inflationary trends will have to subside.
Because firms are already struggling.
Yes, firms are struggling.
Sustaining operations.
Yes, no bailouts.
National grid is down. There's no fuel. Diesel is expensive. Almost
aviation fuel too.
Aviation fuel.
Yes, so it's a whole lot of problem within the economy.
Where is Mr. President?
Mr. President is missing in action. Of course, the National Assembly said there's no official notification, so it can be.
But there's no void still.
Yes, it can be absent without official leave. So since there's no official communication, he just told people as he was entering the plane that my vice is in charge. Without any form.
But there was no official communication.
No official communication. But the constitution says that it becomes an issue after 21 days. That's under lacuna.
He'll be back before the 21st day. Thank you, Osini Dumu, for your time this morning. We keep praying for the country. We'll keep talking about it. Kenny.
Yeah, that's what we call the wrap. Of course, the paper review back tomorrow.
God willing, up next is the Smart Case Show with INT'L. I am Olutayo Ogunade.
I'm Kenny Druselu. Have a great day.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the guest analysts